Stop scrolling. Social Security just changed everything, guys. In just the last 24 hours, government quietly pulled off one of the biggest overhauls to retirement benefits that we've ever seen.
First, let me start with you, Elon. What are the budgetary savings goals, and how much do you think you've achieved so far?
Our goal is to reduce the deficit by $1 trillion.
In fact, massive payments are now going out to millions, but only those who qualify under these hidden new rules. I know, always some new rules, but if you're not careful, you could miss out entirely, or you might even lose your benefits. Now, some are waking up to $6,000, even $8,000 surprise deposits in their bank accounts. But other people, well, they're being told to show up in person, wait in long lines for hours, or risk losing their claim entirely. Is that even fair? And now Doge, Elon Musk, and even Donald Trump are involved with talks of $5,000 checks being sent out to the American people. But there is a catch. There is a catch that no one's talking about. Social Security is under fire, guys. Fraud crackdowns, clawbacks, and of course, secret deadlines are being moved behind closed doors. And if you don't know what's coming in April, well, you could be blindsided. So if you're on SSI, if you're on SSDI, Medicare, retirement, or maybe you're just someone who's been waiting for the system to finally work in your favor, well, stick with me, guys, because I'm about to break down everything, every change, every dollar, and every deadline that matters to you, okay? If you don't mind, all I ask is that you take 1 second, hit the like button for the video, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you guys. And just drop a quick yes or no in the comments. Let me know if you're able to hear me. I really appreciate it. So you've waited long enough for fairness, and now it's finally happening, but only for those who know where to look, okay? Now, we've got urgent news about Social Security that just dropped. And if you're someone who, if you or someone you know is planning to apply for these benefits soon, this is something you need to hear. Okay, so starting in April 2025, things are changing, and it could catch millions of people off guard. Now, of course, it is March 28th, 2025. April 1st is just right around the corner, so we got to be ready, okay? Now, originally, guys, a major new rule was supposed to go into effect on April 1st. But in a rare last-minute move, the government has decided to delay it to April 14th. Now, that might sound like good news, but wait a second. It's what's in the rule that actually matters, okay? So from April 14th onward, if you're applying for Social Security, survivor, or family benefits, listen closely, guys. You may actually be required to verify your identity in person at a Social Security field office. Yes, in person, I know. Now, I get it. Some people can't even, they don't have the transportation. There's other factors. I get it. But this means that no more phone applications if you can't verify your identity through your mind. Hey, by the way, guys, if you're one of the real ones who really enjoy what we do here on the channel, you've got to check out the Inner Circle. This is where our true supporters get exclusive access to content that I just can't share here, completely commercial free. It's also the best way to keep this channel going strong. So if you want to be a part of something special, join us over there. Links in the description or in the pinned comment down below. My Social Security online portal, you might be screwed. Now, if that system doesn't work for you, you'll be standing in line. And now here's the twist, guys, and this is critical. This does not apply to everyone. So if you're on SSI, SSDI, or even Medicare, you're in the clear for now. You're in the clear for now, okay? Now, these programs, they still allow phone applications, and they're not affected by these specific changes. But if you're filing for retirement or survivor benefits, maybe even helping a parent or a grandparent get set up, this could completely alter your timeline. And so here's where things get tricky. SSA offices, they're already understaffed. They're overwhelmed. They're backlogged. And even a small shift could cause massive delays in benefit processing. But why was this rule created in the first place? And why does Elon Musk, the Doge initiative, and a $5,000 stimulus check approval, what does all this have to do with any of this, right? We'll get into all that in just a minute, including why 3.2 million Americans are getting surprise deposits and who might be next. So stay tuned, guys. you do not want to miss what's coming up next. Now, something's not right at the Social Security Administration, and nobody in mainstream media is warning you about this. Take a wild guess why that might be happening. Why are they eerily quiet and silent about this, right? Well, in just the last few days, a quiet but major change was supposed to take effect, one that could have affected millions of seniors and disabled Americans. The government was about to ban you from updating your bank account over the phone. That's right, guys. Now, if you needed to switch where your benefits are deposited, you might be forced to fight through long lines, understaffed field offices, or maybe even glitchy online systems. But here's the kicker. After huge pushbacks, including pressure from AARP, this policy has now been delayed until April 15th. But don't breathe easy just yet, guys, because this is only the beginning of a much bigger shakeup that's happening behind closed doors. So the acting commissioner of Social Security, this is a guy known only as DCK. I feel like the I is missing in his initials. Has been reversing decisions to. He's been reversing these decisions at like such a breakneck, lightning fast pace. It's leaving both advocates and lawmakers stunned. He's scrapping rules, then bringing them back. He's chasing these deadlines. He's cutting services. And now sources inside the SSA are saying that the White House is pushing him to move faster, no matter what it costs the American people. And you're going to want to hear why he made one of the strangest reversals yet. So just a few weeks ago, the Social Security Administration tried to shut down a program that allows new parents to get a Social Security number for their newborns right at the hospital. No warning, no explanation. Can you believe this, guys? So when pressed, the commissioner admitted that he made the call after getting personally offended by the Democratic governor of Maine for not being quote unquote cordial to President Trump during a visit to the White House. Now, wait until you guys hear what he did after that, because it's pretty clear this isn't just about policy, guys. This is a whole lot more than that. Okay. So stick with me, because in just a minute, I'm gonna actually show you guys how all of these changes, from the phone bans to the policy reversals, how all of these are setting the stage for a much larger battle involving Elon Musk, the Doge stimulus, and possibly $5,000 checks for American taxpayers, but only if they can pull off what they're trying to do with Social Security right now. So don't go anywhere, guys. This next part is where it gets even more unbelievable. And so let's talk about something that's quietly changing the lives of millions of Americans, and you might not even know if you are on the list. The Social Security Fairness Act. The Social Security Fairness Act was originally signed into law back on sometime in January 2025 of this year. And as of now, the money is finally starting to hit people's bank accounts. I mean, we're talking about retroactive lump sum payments, real actual deposits of $6,000 to $8,000 showing up in beneficiary accounts. Now, I've had some people messaging me in shock, just completely. They don't even believe what just happened. Some people thought it was a scam. Other people thought it was a mistake. Let me be clear, guys. It's real. It's legal, and it's long overdue. In fact, this is specifically for people who were impacted by two very unpopular policies, the WEP, or the WEP, and the GPO. Now, if you're a teacher, if you're a firefighter, if you're a police officer, or any kind of public sector worker who got shortchanged on your Social Security benefits. And so this law was designed to finally correct that. And so here's the best part. They didn't have to apply. They didn't have to call some hotline and wait online for 2 hours, ultimately only to be hung up by the representative. And if you qualify, the money just shows up. Isn't that great? The money just shows up. But here's what's really going to shake things up. Starting this April, these same recipients are going to see bigger monthly checks automatically. I'm talking $700, $1,100, even $1,600 a month increases depending on your work history. And yes, guys, these are permanent bumps, not one-time bonuses. In fact, not temporary relief, actual increases to your monthly Social Security checks. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that wild? And so this is just the beginning, because in the next segment, I'm going to show you guys just how this Fairness Act actually ties directly into the Doge dividend stimulus and why the government might be preparing $5,000 payments to taxpayers. I mean, absolutely phenomenal, guys. And so, and this is with public workers getting priority. Now, if you received a surprise deposit or maybe you think you might be eligible, don't go anywhere, guys. The next piece of this story will explain how your name could already be in the system and how even more money could be coming. So let's go ahead and break it down right after this. So now this next part of the video, it's where things really start to kind of sound like science fiction, right up until you realize it's happening right now, okay? So we got Elon Musk, we got Donald Trump, and we've also got a man named James Fishback. They're all pushing for what may become one of the biggest direct to taxpayer payouts in U.S. history, the Doge dividend stimulus check. And yes, guys, if you're on Social Security, you're included. Can I get a round of applause? Can I get an amen for that, right, guys? And so this isn't just talk. In fact, there's a live tracker plus visible. This is publicly visible information, as a matter of fact, okay? So this actually shows, and so this live tracker, publicly visible, this shows just how much fraud and waste has been clawed back from the bloated government agencies. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and refresh the screen because I want to see if you guys notice what I noticed, okay? Right as of now, it's counting it up, 128.44, okay. Just ticked up a little bit. What was that? 130. Can't get rid of this stupid pop-up. $130 billion, guys. So this breaks down to roughly $87. Where did I see it? I thought I saw it somewhere. That's roughly 80. No. So this is roughly $807 per taxpayer, okay? In actual potential savings. Now, some of you guys who have been following the show, comment down below how much this number used to show just a couple of days ago. I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds just to put that number in the comments. How much was this showing just a few days ago? It was less than this number, okay? I want to see how many of you guys are paying attention. I'm gonna let you punch that number into the chat real quick. For those of you guys just now joining, thank you so much for hitting the live and thank you so much for hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. I can't even talk. So only a few days ago, it was $115 billion. So evidently, Elon Musk and his Doge team have found another $15 billion in government waste that they've identified, and they've added to this total number. And so this is why the per taxpayer number down here has gone up, okay? So we're keeping a close eye on this, and this is very good news. The more they save, the more we can get, all right? But here's where it gets wild, guys. What's their stated goal? $2 trillion in savings. Now, if they reach that, Americans could receive $5,000 stimulus checks directly. This isn't some random internet promise. This is being backed by the government, the Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge, with full support from President Trump, Elon Musk, and James Fishback, who is Azoria Investment Company's CEO. But before you celebrate, this is where things get a little controversial. The cuts that are funding this plan, they're targeting some of the biggest federal operations in the country. We're talking about Social Security Administration, Medicare, Medicaid, and even the Pentagon could be next, guys. So how do you fund a $5,000 payout to millions of Americans, right? By eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. And according to Elon Musk and James Fishback, there's plenty of it to go around. In fact, Doge was recently blocked by a federal judge from accessing Social Security data files due to concerns over privacy. But that block, it's already been lifted. In fact, the agency has been granted access again after officials completed proper training. This is what's been going on, guys. And this might sound bold. It's not for everybody. There's been strong messaging that undocumented immigrants will not qualify for any part of this program. So The goal, according to James Fishback, is to protect the benefits for American citizens, especially those who've been paying into the system for decades and are now counting on it to retire with dignity. Now, coming up next, guys, I'm going to show you what the Doge team says is the fastest path to hitting that $2 trillion savings goal and why President Donald Trump may take executive action to force the checks out with or without Congress. Now, if you thought $8,000 in Social Security payback was big, wait until you hear the new number that's being floated behind the scenes. Stay tuned, guys, because the next few minutes might change how you see this entire plan here altogether. All right, so let's talk about this political firestorm behind the scenes, behind all these changes, okay? Because what's happening with Social Security right now, it's not just policy, it's a showdown. So on the one side, you got President Donald Trump, who's been pushing hard to get these reforms implemented immediately. When the Social Security Fairness Act was passed back in January, insiders say the original plan was to wait a full year before applying the benefits. But President Trump, he stepped in and he said, absolutely not, guys. He demanded that the increases go out right away. And now we're seeing the impact. In fact, lump sum checks are landing in bank accounts. Monthly benefits are being boosted, and millions of retirees and public workers, they're finally seeing results months ahead of schedule. And this has led to a clear, very clear message from the Trump team. We're delivering what the last administration only promised. Now, to be fair, yes, it was President Biden who signed the Social Security Fairness Act into law. That happened back in January 2025, just before Trump was inaugurated as president. But many critics and even some supporters are saying that for 4 years, promises were made and not delivered. And so this action, this speed, this pressure, this push for immediate results is being framed by Trump as a turning point, a sign that America's seniors, public workers, and taxpayers are finally being prioritized. And that's not all, guys. Trump is also rolling out a new initiative that could change Social Security forever, ending double taxation. Now, think about this for a second, okay? If you've paid into Social Security your whole life, right? Every paycheck, every year, then you finally retire, and now the government wants to tax your benefits again? Didn't your paychecks already get taxed, the Social Security tax to begin with? So that would be double taxation, wouldn't it? And so Trump says that ends now. And so Trump's plan says he would eliminate federal income taxes on Social Security benefits, especially for those in the 50% and 85% tax brackets, which covers nearly half of all recipients. Now, this means more money staying in your pockets right where it belongs. Can I get an amen for that? I mean, come on, guys. This is long overdue. And so now, whether you love or you hate politics, the reality is this. The reality is this, guys. Massive changes are underway. Social Security is being reshaped in real time. And if you're not paying attention, you could miss thousands of dollars in benefits, refund checks, or even savings. So here's what you can do right now. Check your Social Security account. Look for those lump sum payments, watch for increased checks in April, and follow the Doge dividend tracker. Because if that $2 trillion clawback target is hit, then $5,000, a $5,000 check might just be hitting our bank account soon enough. This $5,000 check might not just be talk. Now, of course, if you guys want to keep getting real-time updates, not some watered-down headlines, do me a favor, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, drop a quick 47 in the comments to show your support, protecting Social Security and ending the fraud, the waste, and the abuse once and for all. This isn't over, guys. In fact, we may actually just be getting started. So I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Take care and be safe.